to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is September 30th, 2024, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, watching the markets pretty much tapering off almost across the board. But first, looking at today's major economic events. So all day today out of the European Union, we have a German preliminary CPI number coming out. And then at 7:55, that's the time, Fed Chairman Powell will be speaking out of the United States. Now, looking at the markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the Japanese yen strengthens versus the US dollar. And as we look at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ pretty much tapering off and unchained. As we look at the commodities are all over the place. Gold is setting itself for wedge formation, while oil gets a bounce and natural gas actually retraces. Now, looking at the stocks, Tesla, very close to its resistance, continue to push higher. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin retraces. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Japanese yen. Now, it's not doing much right now. It's consolidating, but it did strengthen versus US dollar significantly. Got back to its highs, its lows versus the US dollar, okay? Remember, it's a flip, okay? The more it goes down, the higher the value of the Japanese yen, okay? So it did go down, or rather the dollar went down versus the Japanese yen. It gets very confusing sometimes, so just bear with me. So we're closer to our 140-ish level, okay? And we got that bounce, and sure enough, that's a dead cat bounce, okay? Meaning that bounce is not really buying into it. That's just people covering their shorts, and sure enough, we're getting closer to testing our lows. Now, looking at the other majors, not doing much, consolidating at its area. So is the GBP. Nothing really doing when it comes to the major pairs, but you want to see some sort of breakout or some sort of faltering at one of these levels. Now, jumping into commodities, gold, setting itself up in a wedge formation. This is a wedge formation, and that's what it's doing. I do expect an extreme move, one to the other, either up or down. It's very hard to say which one because it's a very clear wedge equal formation where it's not biased on the upside or the downside. Now, looking at crude oil, got a bit of a bounce here. Again, not a big bounce. I'd like to see if it's going to test its lows again. And natural gas retracing just a little bit after breaking out higher. Last week had an amazing move. Those of you who've been trading natural gas, amazing, 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 because it moves with so much and you get more bang for your buck when you're trading the natural gas. Now, looking at the U.S. markets, pretty much consolidating, Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both. However, if you trade the stocks individually, they do get a little bit interesting. Now, specifically Tesla, testing its resistance level at 270. That's a major comeback for Tesla. And if it does break out higher, we could see it, going back to that maybe 300-ish level. Believe it or not, Tesla still got some upwards potential. Now, looking at the other major stocks, Nvidia, okay, just trading in a range, okay, a little bit of a consolidation after last week's push higher to 125, only about 8 points away from its all-time record highs, even though they sold off after their last quarterly earning reports. Sure enough, they made it back, okay? So that's a big move for there. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, retracing here at 64,000 after pushing higher to 66. A nice push upwards as well there. And so as the week unfolds, remember, we still have NFP on Friday. Got some things coming up, so be attuned. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.